episode of You First. That's right. Welcome to You First. I am Shawanna Kennedy. I am your host, and I'm super excited about being here today. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm excited because of what I get to do. This is the space, the safe space. We get to talk about you, and you. We talk about self-care, mental well-being, and empowerment. And that is empowering you to be your best self. That's empowering you to make yourself a priority in your life. And today I am super excited because we have an expert in the house. We have a holistic wellness expert in the house. Today with me is none other than Dr. Trupti. I call, and she's affectionately known as Dr. T. This young lady has the skill, the know-how of how to, with wisdom, blend the ancient techniques and practices of, I don't want to mispronounce it, but it's Ayurveda. And I know she's going to correct me because she's back there listening. She's smiling as we speak, but I don't want to delay because being in her presence, I've had the opportunity to be with her on a couple of occasions where she come in and she talks about holistic health and what that looks and feel like. And today she is our esteemed guest, and she's going to talk to us about her personal journey, and she's going to help us to live our best holistic life. So help me welcome Dr. Trupti. Hey,
Hello.
hello. Welcome. Excited that you are able to be here with us. And so welcome to You First. Why don't you just
Thank
tell
you.
us a little bit about yourself and how you even got started on this journey of holistic health?
hmm So, a little bit about myself. I am an Ayurveda practitioner. So, it's Ayurveda. It's a Sanskrit term, and Ayu is life. Ayu means life. Veda means science. So, Ayurveda altogether is science of life. It teaches us how to live. It teaches us how our lifestyle should be, and what should we eat, what should we do to get better every day with our wellness journey. So that is Ayurveda, and that's what I practice about. And it's a holistic wellness. It's holistic means everything. It combines your physical wellness, your mental wellness, your social and your spiritual well-being and wellness.
Yeah, we like that because it's
hmm
all about our mind, body, and our soul, the whole person,
Yes.
right? When I talk about us being and making ourselves a priority in our life, and I always speak that, and people know that's never above whoever your creator is.
hmm
It is how do we treat the gift that we've been given, and that gift is ourself, that
Yes.
gift is our life. So I'm excited. I want to know what happened for you personally to even send you on this search to be able to then now come to us with wisdom and knowledge to help us be better for ourselves because of what you might have went through.
Yes. So I grew up seeing my grandfather. He was a doctor, and I always wanted to be a doctor. And that's the reason I got admission into medical school, and I became one. And then I started practicing. But that time when we are in student phase and we just take it as a study, not as a science of life, the real meaning I understood when I had to use it for my personal well-being to improve my wellness, because some I have been through a lot of struggle back in, like, I'm talking about 10 years back, and being in some abusive relationship, and I was losing on my health, and constant mental torture of being like, you're not beautiful, you're not good enough, right? And I started feeling myself like that I don't look beautiful, I am not good enough. Maybe that is the reason I have all the struggle in my life. I started feeling like that. And that took me to the level where I started losing my weight. I started having a lot of hair fall. I started having a lot of breakouts on my face. And so many deficiencies. That was another thing I suffered with. And one fine day, I was like, you need to get up. You need to tell yourself who you are. You know what you know. And you need to tell yourself that, hey, you know your stuff the best. Only you need to make the decision, and you need to utilize that for yourself. That point where we make decision, that changed my life, and I could fix myself without having any medication, without doing any doctor visits, just by focusing on my healthy eating and changing my lifestyle and exercising and focusing on myself. Yourself first, and be you. You do not have to pretend for someone else, or you do not have to pretend to be someone else for to please someone. And that's what I understood in my life, and I started applying my own advice. I started following my own advice, which I used to give my clients, and that's what changed my life upside down. And I could feel the difference in matter of few months, and now you are seeing me today,
Now,
what
how
I
did
am
you
and how do I
into
live. Yes.
because of the practice that you currently provide your clients, and because
Mm-hmm.
I know you're into fitness, you're a fitness coach, but you also do this holistic lifestyle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I
Mm-hmm.
know because we could eat more fruits, we could definitely eat more vegetables, but there are other things that you do. Once you decided to take your power back. I call that taking our power
Yes.
back. Us
Mm-hmm.
that there has to be more because there has to be more, and we have to love ourselves. Oftentimes, people love other things and other people more than we realize
Mm-hmm.
that we're worthy of that same love. And I'm excited and I appreciate you with your transparency to just talk about, even briefly, the fact of what relationships can do to us
Mm-hmm.
and cause us to neglect ourselves, our health, and where it affects our weight, it affects our hair. You
Yes.
experience hair loss and all of those things. But what made you go down the journey of this particular way and practices when you think about the ancient practices with this particular holistic health? Why did you pick this way? Because it could just be you could have just started walking, right? You running,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
exercising, eating more fruits and vegetables, backing up, backing off of all of the heavy meats. But why this practice?
This practice because I wanted something sustainable and
Mm,
something practical in today's life. I did not want something which is too hard to follow. Right, something practical and which I can follow throughout my life.
hmm.
That was the first reason. And when it comes to having holistic practice, while helping myself, I could help others. That was the number one reason, because it's not about just the medicine. It's not just about just having the blood test. We have to analyze, or we have to observe our bodies. That is the first thing we need to do when it comes to our wellness. Our body tells us a lot. We do not need to do fancy test or just having doctor visit, and that doesn't tell us everything. That is important. I'm not saying it is not important. It is very important. But analyzing our own body, observing our own body. For example, sometimes people have issues with they cannot sleep properly, they have sleep disturbance, or having lethargy, tiredness, or feeling grumpy throughout the day, having muscle stiffness, pain here and there, or having issues with our digestion like constipation, bloating, irritability, or lose motion. There is a lot of things, like having skin issues, having hair issues. So all these signals are coming from our body. Sometimes we ignore because we are not so focused on our body or mind. We are not observing our body. We are too busy with our work, or we are too busy with external stuff happening around us. So that is the first step we need to do. What I feel is observing our own body, understanding those signals, and first we need to find out what is wrong.
How can you
From
help someone that
Mhm.
they may not realize that they're seeing the signs? In your experience and your expertise, what are some of the signs that you notice with some of your clients that they tend to do? What are the top three things that the category that they tend to fall in? And you're like, no, and these are a prime candidate for your type of services. What do you
Mm.
know? What do you normally see?
So the first one is digestion. Very important. So people usually have issues with their digestion, like they have frequent acidities, heartburn, or they have pain or butterflies in their stomach as soon as they eat any something. Or sometimes if they have an important meeting going on, or if they're waiting for, even the teenagers or kids, they're waiting for their results, or if they have something very important, they're anxious and they feel like they want to use restroom. That happens. And constipation is such a big problem these days. People just accept and live with it. I have a lot of clients, they use toilet, they pass bowel just twice a week or sometime once a week, and it's normal for them, which is not, right? And they feel it's not normal unless we need to make them realize that it's not normal. There's some problem going on. So these are the certain things I look for when it comes to digestive health. And sleep is another very important thing. Small things like for falling asleep is difficult for some people, or some people they fall asleep very fast, but they get up in between, or they do not have set timings to sleep. Some days they are sleeping around 10, some days they are sleeping around 2. So there is no set timing to fall asleep or even to get up. And they don't get up fresh. They feel grumpy and they feel fresh after later in the evening, but mornings are not fresh for them. Congestion, having recurrent allergies, all these signals the body is giving us to tell us, hey, you need to change your lifestyle, you need to change your food habits. There is something wrong, I'm trying to tell you. Because body cannot stop. If internal functions, internal organs, if they stop functioning, we will die.
I
They
like
cannot stop. It has to keep going.
I like what you even just said about the allergies, because I don't know that some people really recognize or even consider allergies. I know
Hmm.
most times, of course, depending on where you live, what part of the world you live in, it could be based off the pollen count. But in some
Hmm.
cases, you're saying that it could be a sign of something else is going on.
Yes.
And I don't know that I've heard that. So I'm glad that you mentioned allergies. Can you talk a little bit more about just a little bit more about that and help us with that? Because sometimes we think it's because the pollen or dust or things like that. How can we pay
But
more?
not, yes, we need to pay more attention because not everybody gets it. Sometimes it's majority, it's something to do with your immunity,
Mm,
the exposure, level of exposure you have, right? And if the immunity is low, you catch allergies very soon. And if you have already ongoing water retention, ongoing congestion in your body, you catch allergies very soon. That's like invitation, giving invitation to your allergies. So this water retention or having congestion, it's definitely something to do with your food and lifestyle. If we are not active or if our lifestyle is sedentary, we do have water retention, we have congestion. If we are not, if we are doing temperature variation, too much temperature variation, it's very hot outside and
mm.
we are sitting in very cold environment, or it is very cold outside and we are sitting in very hot environment, or we are just trying to fluctuate, we are just fluctuating, we are not able to, we are very less exposed to natural environment. If we are just sitting inside all the times and not going out for walks, or not exposed to external natural environment too much, so our body understands that this person is always staying into this environment, so I have to adapt accordingly. And drinking a lot of cold drinks, soda, ice water, all that creates more congestion and more water retention and more stiffness in our body.
So you're saying we shouldn't drink an ice cold glass of water? Talk about the water. Talk about the temperature of the water, because somebody is somewhere saying, "Wait a minute, I love my ice, and I love a
Hmm. Hmm.
cold glass of water."
Hmm.
Talk about
So
the
hydration, yes. So hydration is very important, very important. Food, and second one is hydration, because most of our body is water and we need to hydrate ourselves properly to so that our body can function properly from inside, right? So when it comes to having room temperature water or cold water or warm water, I am not saying you should not have cold water at all. It's not that. We should look after the weather. In summer, when the temperature is hot, yes, we can have cold water, probably in the afternoon or evening. During winter, try to have room temperature water. The reason being, there is nothing wrong having cold water. The reason is our stomach has acids. Do you agree?
I
Our
do.
stomach has acids, different enzymes to digest the food. Acids are hot or cold? Acids are hot.
Yes.
If we are constantly putting, that means it needs room temperature or warm food and drinks to digest properly. How do you feel hungry? Your stomach will start secreting acids and enzymes to make you feel hungry. That means it needs food or it needs those drinks. So when we are putting cold water, what are we doing? Opposite. It will hamper the digestion. It will hamper the absorption, intestinal absorption. So the body will not be able to absorb those nutrients properly. Food will not get digested properly in our gut, in our intestine. So that hampers accumulation, that creates accumulation of toxins. And eventually, in one day, it will do nothing. Or maybe in a week, it will do nothing. But if we put that habit, 1 year, 2 years, 10 years, 15 years, what will happen? The body will understand, okay, this person is not changing the habit. Let me change myself. So body has less capacity. Yes.
I like that. No,
that's what happens.
She said, the body will say, you're not changing your habits, so let me change. And that's a lot of what I know. I'm hand up. I have been guilty. I am loving this conversation. So if you're just joining us for You First today, I'm joined by the lovely, the one and only Dr. Trupti. She is our holistic expert, and she is giving us the lowdown on things that we need to consider. So I need you to make sure that you stay tuned, because when we come back, we're going to discuss more about what she do as her practical, what's her ritual, and she's going to give us some tips and things to consider so that we can create a better and a more holistic life. We'll be right back. This episode is brought to you by Kennedy Media, your ultimate partner in content creation, video recording, and digital marketing. Be seen, be heard, and increase visibility in your business. Contact us today at KennedyMediaLLC.com, KennedyMediaLLC.com, and unlock your brand's full potential. Hello and welcome back to You First again. I am Shawanna Kennedy, your host, joined by the lovely, the one and only Dr. Trupti. She is a fitness coach. She's a holistic wellness professional that actually helps us get our holistic life together. She has been breaking it down to let us know even things is when you even think about allergies. I know I didn't even think about that, because typically where I stay, I think about pollen. And in some cases, she's saying that can be a sign to let us know that there is something going on the inside of our body so that we can get our holistic self together, right? Again, Dr. Trupti, thank you for being with us today. I want to know, what are some of your actual daily rituals that you do that we could potentially be doing right now to jumpstart our own self with a greater holistic health?
Okay, so one of the rules I try to follow is I try to sleep around the same time of the day, and I try to get up around the same time. I try to eat around same time. That is very important because it sets our biological clock. Our body has one clock inside, like we have clock outside. Our body has clock. So what happens if we do not have set timings? I'm not saying sharp 8 p.m. or I'm not saying sharp 10 p.m., but somewhere around 30 minutes here and there is okay. But try to follow those timings, because what happens if we do not following set timings, our body is confused from inside. The body needs to digest the food. For that digestion or whatever functioning is going inside our body, it needs to secrete hormones, it needs to secrete enzymes, right? As I said, how do we know that you feel hungry? Body secretes those signals, and brain is the controller of everything. So what are we doing by not following this biological clock or set timing is we are confusing our brain. If one day if we are eating early, one day we are eating late, our brain gets confused. Oh, now I have to secrete this hormone because this person is eating. Oh, now I cannot secrete this hormone or enzyme because this person is not eating today. And same goes with sleep. Most of the repair or tissue repair happens when we are sleeping. As I said, these vital organs are working 24/7 for us. They also need nutrition. They also need tissue repair. So all this tissue repair happens when we are sleeping. So if we do not have set timings to sleep and get up, our repair process is hampered or disturbed. We are confusing our body. Let's say someone is not falling asleep around 10 p.m., next day 2 p.m., next day 3 p.m., or just getting up in 4 hours or 5 hours. We are disturbing that process of repair inside. So what happens that time? Our body will try to finish it fast. The quality of work goes down because there's a lot of stuff to do during in less time. And when we have a lot of stuff to do, if you have 100 jobs to do, what do? You try to do essentials first. The body does the same thing. It will pick essentials. It will pick health of our vital organs. So your vital organs like your liver, your heart, your brain, your kidney, right? Because if something happens to that, we will die. The body will focus repair of that first, and your muscles, your skin, hair, bone, all that will be on the back burner. Whenever I get time,
Mm.
I will do that, because little bit of delay is okay with these. Person is not going to die. So that's how our brain thinks. And if we are doing it frequently every day, or if we are doing most of the week, if we are having that problem of not having set timings to sleep and get up, body will try to only focus on vital stuff, and other stuff will be kept delayed. And that's the reason we have problems with our skin, with our hair, or we have stiffness, pain here and there, joint pain, or we feel grumpy. All this is coming from here. We are not letting our body to repair, to heal. So that's the reason having these set timings is my number one rule. I try to follow it as much as possible.
I like that, the set
Hmm.
times, and to the set times to actually set us up for greater health. Uh,
Yes.
and I like what you said, because we hear it all the time. And I know I
Hmm.
try to be sleep by 11. Really try, because sometimes,
Hmm.
because I'm a creative, and if you're creative like me, you get it. It's hard
Yes.
to
Yes.
unplug. It's hard to turn my brain off. And so for me,
Hmm.
sometimes I'm challenged to the things that I can do to kind of, I don't want to say to wind down, because my brain is constantly going, because it's always on to something
Hmm.
else. It's always moving.
Hmm.
I know I have to watch, if I take anything that has any form of caffeine, I watch what time of day that I do those things. Also, I wear like patches that release
Hmm.
different vitamins and things into my system. I know I have to be mindful of when I do those things, because sometimes it could be 8 or 9 o'clock and I'm still bright eyed.
Yes.
So then I have to make myself like turn off the TV and intentionally be quiet, and then hope I just drift off to sleep.
Hmm.
Because
Hmm.
I'm one of those people that I can't take like melatonin and those things to help me, because what happens is it makes it harder for me to wake up the next day. And
Hmm.
because
Hmm.
I'm at my best, I'm at my peak during the first hours of the day when I wake up. I'm mindful of what I can take at night, because it will affect my morning. How can you help someone that may be like me, that their brain is always going, and they don't want to take things at night that'll make it tough for them the next morning? What's your suggestion for that?
Mm. So if you do not want to take, like, first of all, I would say that it's good you're still trying to stay away from the products. Too much dependency is not good. That's good thing. So what you can do is you can focus on some self-care activity in the evening. Maybe after dinner, you can have some foot massage, self foot massage that helps you to relax. You can do some eye massage, right? Simple, you can have almond oil or coconut oil would work. Warm a little bit of, warm coconut oil, and you can do 2 to 3 minutes of foot massage will relax you a lot. You can do eye massage. You can put simple rose water petals on your eyes, relax, and just listen to the music, or reading a book, listening to the music, do a little bit of head massage. That helps. So any self-care activity, whatever you like, whatever products you have available to do it, and whatever time allows you, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you can definitely do it. So having that self-care activity later after dinner, I would suggest that will help you to relax your mind, feel good about yourself, spend some time with yourself, right? Reflect on your day and plan a little bit for next day. That's what I do, and that will help you to fall asleep.
I
And
like.
one important thing, sorry to cut you off, one important thing is staying away from electronic devices at least 30 minutes before we go to bed
um
is another important thing, because blue light comes from those screens. It hits our retina, and that makes us active, that makes our brain active. So it's very difficult. Again, we are confusing our brain, like you want to sleep or you don't want to sleep.
I like
That's
that.
what we are doing. Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, thank you for that. What I would like for you to do before we get out of here, I want you to look in the camera and talk to that person that said, "This is the show for me. I need to hear from Dr. Trupti." If you could give me a minute to empower someone, I would love if you do that. It's over to you.
Time I hear, I do not have time. I am too busy. So what I feel is that is just an excuse. All of us have time. All of us have 24 hours in a day. And if we would decide to do it, if we want to do it, we will be able to do it. When it comes to having healthy food, exercise, or whatever wellness activity you want to do it for yourself, it's you. You have to decide, you have to get up for yourself, and you have to know your body. Nobody knows your body better than you. So you need to decide what you need to do and how you need to do. Do not try to starts everything sudden. Do not try to overburden your body and mind by deciding, oh, I will also eat healthy, I will also do exercise, I will do this, that. If you overdo things or if you overburden your body, what happens is your brain will start resisting. Your brain will not like it, your body will not like it, and we give up. So one step at a time, small steps. Try to understand what is essential, what is important for you, where you want to start, how do you want to start, and that's how you start. And do not give up. Consistency is very important. If we are consistent, we will get there. There is a phase when you start and you try to to do it and you feel like you cannot do it and you want to give up. That's where you need to hang on. That's where you need to tell yourself that no, you can do it. You have to move forward. And if you pass that phase, after that, you will see just benefits, tremendous benefits of changing your life, tremendous benefits to make your wellness and your well-being better and better every single day. So at the end, it's us, it's you, and you need to feel better about yourself, and you need to tell yourself that yes, I can do it, and stay healthy, stay connected, and say yes to wellness.
I love it. Don't y'all love Dr. Trupti, right?
Thank
We're going to definitely make sure we have you back to talk to us more so we can check on some of these you firsters, as I like to call them, self firsters, because they are people that we believe that understand and value who they are, not just what they do, but who they are and whose they are and whose they are, because we're supposed to live lives and lives more abundantly. And that is making you a priority without feeling guilty, right? We want to thank Dr. Trupti. We want to thank you for pausing in your busy day to come by and have the you first, the self first conversation with all of us here. So thank you so much, Dr. Trupti. Thank you so much for being with me today.
Thank you so much for having me.
I'm excited. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Dr. Trupti is filled with knowledge. You can find her on all social media platforms because look, there's only one Dr. Trupti. Definitely connect with her if you are on LinkedIn, even on IG. Connect with her and let her know that you saw her here. What is it? It's My Fitness GPS on Instagram. So follow Dr. Trupti and say, where did you see her? You saw her on You First, because it's about you, and you. I want us, our mind, body, and our soul to be better, right? We have things to do. We have things and people are waiting on us. You need you. It is all about you. I'm super excited that I get to do this. I get to be here with you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Make sure you're sharing this with someone right now. Go and share this with someone and let them know that they need to be plugged in, followed, and sharing this information. And let me know. It may be something that you want to know. So be sure to DM me your questions, people that you may want to see right here, and even yourself. You may have a you first story that someone just might need to hear. I'm excited. I appreciate you again for being a part of this episode of You First, and I'll see you again next time. Bye for now. This episode is brought to you by Kennedy Media, your ultimate partner in content creation, video recording, and digital marketing. Be seen, be heard, and increase visibility in your business. Contact us today at KennedyMediaLLC.com, KennedyMediaLLC.com, and unlock your brand's full potential.